What up? It's your boy T-Bear in reaction. Today's Wrestling Wednesday. This week's Wrestling Wednesday dedicated to the late Jay Briscoe. We say he lost yesterday. So we're going to check out this video from WrestleMania. This is 10 WWE wrestlers who made a debut earlier than they told you. And that is facts. A lot of wrestlers you may not know named some debuts in WWE before it was told, because they would either debut as jobbers, as part of a faction, as even a plant as well too, and then got repackaged to who they are from other places. Got repackaged to who they are there, or got popular at other places and then came back and after making themselves another company, came to WWE to continue making a name for itself. So we're gonna check out 10 wrestlers who were made a debut earlier than they told you. Without further ado, let's check it out.
A superstar's debut is one of the most important moments of their career. It lets the WWE fans know what to expect out of a certain character, and they'll remember their debut for years to come. When WWE presents a brand new superstar on television and claims it's their in-ring debut, this actually always isn't the case. It's common practice for wrestlers to debut in an unofficial capacity on smaller shows or even in different roles, and WWE prefers to not acknowledge this time period in the company. But which times were they? Well, join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 WWE superstars who actually debuted before their official debut. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 10, Robert Roode.
Yep, he was a cop.
Robert Roode has made his official WWE debut back in 2016, and since his debut,
so they are going to include like being planted in being planted in like scenarios, stuff like that as well too. So they're gonna include that. All right, nice.
Moderate success in WWE, having won the NXT, US, and tag titles. However, what fans often forgot about is that Roode actually appeared in WWE 15 years prior. Between the years of 2001 and 2004, Roode appeared on a number of shows such as Jacked, Metal, and Heat.
And his name being spelled different ways.
And his main role was that of an enhancement talent. Roode also featured as a police officer during the segment to the build towards The Undertaker and Triple H at WrestleMania 17, over a decade before Roode would have a close working relationship with Triple H himself. Number 9, Samoa Joe. Long before Samoa Joe was choking out people in TNA, he actually appeared in WWE. Well, that was when it was the WWF. Yeah, that's right, Joe appeared on WWE television over 20 years ago. Joe would wrestle in February of 2001 in a match against S.A. Rios on Jacked, and Joe actually put him over. Joe would notably sport a completely different look for the match, and from winning the match, it was clear that Joe wasn't ready to be a big star yet. He eventually debuted in WWE 14 years later, but it's always fun to look back at his unofficial WWE debut just to see how much the former NXT champion has changed. Number 8, MVP. One certain segment on SmackDown.
He was a cop. Oh, snap! I did not know that. Wow, he another one player officer on it too.
I featured the unofficial debuts of 2 future WWE
Right, strong.
The segment was a Kurt Angle Invitational, and his opponent for this would be none other than future Undisputed Era Roderick Strong. This was Strong's first ever appearance on television, and he actually wouldn't appear again on television till over a decade later. The other superstar was MVP, who was playing the role of a police officer in the segment.
I think the police officer
were there to protect Angle's gold medals, as they were a valuable commodity that needed protection. MVP would debut just over a year later on television as a completely different character, but this was the future US champion's first time in the WWE spotlight. Number 7, Dean Ambrose.
Hear about this.
At WWE site, Dean Ambrose's official debut is taking place at the 2012 Survivor Series alongside Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as The Shield. However, this isn't actually the case. Between the years of 2006 and 2007, Ambrose made a number of appearances on television as an enhancement talent. The first of these came in early 2006 when Ambrose teamed with Brad Taylor to take on Eminem in a match on Velocity. His other 2 matches included a handicap match against The Big Show, which he naturally lost, and a match against Val Venus. For the match with Venus, Ambrose dyed his hair pink, which certainly made him stand out amongst the crowd, but not necessarily for the right reasons. Ambrose also made an appearance as a druid during
druid.
The Undertaker's cameo at the end of the 2006 Royal Rumble, 7 years before the two would be facing off on SmackDown. Number 6, Daniel Bryan.
Yup.
Daniel Bryan is widely regarded as being one of the most popular
he went
stars of the
Cena with
modern
the-
era in WWE.
Yeah, the fun thing about that, they put that on WWE 2K18. I think it was WWE 2K19, I think, or 2K20. One of the 2Ks, they actually put that on there as well too. Like Bryan dancing and get Cena with the yellow pants. They actually put it in the game. I think it was 2K20. It was 2K19 or 2K20. One of them.
Style and character
probably
truly
19,
resonated
20
with
was the
fans,
one
and
that
this
didn't
all
do good.
started when he debuted in NXT back in 2010. Now, although WWE likes to claim that Bryan officially debuted in 2010, this isn't actually true, as Bryan has his first match on WWE TV a decade prior. In 2000, Bryan was signed to a WWE development deal, and this saw him wrestle a number of dark matches, as well as wrestle on shows such as Velocity. Bryan's first ever official match in WWE was a dark tag team match in early 2000, and this saw Bryan team with Shooter Schultz to take on the duo Brian Kendrick and Lance Cade. Bryan would detail this time in his autobiography, and according to him, there were plans to calling up to the main roster in 2001 to be part of the Cruiserweight division, but this never materialized. Number 5, Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Well, Johnny Gargano was receiving 5-star ratings
fuck.
from
It's
Dave
freezing
Meltzer.
up. God damn it. I'm bad, but oh my god, I remember this when he was on there as Lou. Whatever the fuck his name was.
Trying to break into the
I
WWE
saw
by
this
having
too.
tryout matches, as well as making random
Yeah,
and
this
bizarre
one.
appearances on WWE television. On the March 23, 2007 edition of SmackDown, Gargano appeared as a champion of Liechtenstein, Cedric Von Hausen, in a match in a losing effort against MVP. He also appeared as a security guard in NXT in 2010.
Oh my god. For those of you wondering, this is where Michael Cole Hill Little Run started when he was on his NXT show, because he was playing somebody else hating on Daniel Bryan hard though, like crazy.
And he would also wrestle a year later on
Joey Gray.
Superstars as Joe Gray in a match against Brodus
Bro,
Clay.
it's like, wait.
It's never been explained why WWE decided not to sign the talented Gargano to a contract. In 2010, WWE still had reservations regarding smaller independent wrestlers being signed, but that was until the likes of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan became major players in the company. Number 4, Tommaso Ciampa.
Speaking of
Former
back-to-back,
NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa, perhaps one of the most infamous unofficial debuts in WWE. He first appeared on screen in the summer of 2005, portraying a character known as Thomas Whitney.
Yep.
Whitney would act as one of Muhammad Hassan's lawyers, and at the time of the segment taking place, Hassan was in the midst of a feud with The Undertaker. The segment concluded with Ciampa being tombstoned by The Undertaker in a truly memorable first appearance for the WWE star. During a 2019 interview with CBS Sports State of Combat podcast, Ciampa would discuss in detail his first ever WWE appearance. He stated, "So I rehearsed that script in front of everybody. I did solo in front of Vince in his office. I did in ring with Undertaker, Vince, and Hunter was there. Looking back now, I see how big of a deal it was and just how crazy it was to have that one-on-one time with everybody as a kid on the independents. It was wild. Everybody treated me incredibly well. I remember they didn't like the suit that I had on, so they went and bought me a suit and let me keep it."
Oh wow.
This appearance alongside The Undertaker
Yeah, Speedy
actually
recorded
wasn't
him too,
Ciampa's
man.
only time appearing in WWE before his official debut in 2015. He would also wrestle in late 2005 against Jamie Noble on Velocity, and in the summer of 2006, he would team with future WWE champion Kofi Kingston to take on Lance Cade and Trevor
Look at
Murdoch
Kofi
in a
back
dark
then.
match. Number 3,
AJ
AJ
Styles,
Styles.
yup.
And when AJ Styles finally signed a WWE contract in 2016, it was seen as a long time coming, as AJ was initially offered a contract back in 2002. Before he joined TNA, he made a number of appearances for WWE, and the first of these was in July of 2001, where he had a tryout match before Raw against his trainer, Rick Michaels. The second match of AJ's WWE career came in 2002, when he wrestled a Hurricane on Metal. This would then be followed up with another dark match against Rico. The matches against the Hurricane and Rico were impressive enough for AJ to be offered a WWE developmental deal. AJ smartly turned down the deal, as he would have to relocate and he wasn't willing to make that big of a sacrifice at a pivotal time in his career. Number 2, Kurt Angle.
Yep.
WWE has a habit of rewriting their own established history, and this is what happened with the 1999 debut of Kurt Angle. For the past 2 decades, WWE have been telling fans that Angle burst onto the scene at the 1999 Survivor Series pay-per-view, but this simply isn't true. Angle actually made his first appearance on
You see it with him, right? His then wife Karen Angle, and now known as Karen Jarrett. Karen was looking hot back then, but wow.
WWE television in March of 1999 on an episode of Heat.
Yep.
Angle was involved in a segment
Tiger
with the
Ali
villainous
Singh.
Tiger Ali Singh, who was trying to pay money for Angle to blow his nose on the American flag. Instead, Angle blew his nose on Ali's flag and proceeded to brawl with the Forgotten Star. He would also wrestle on a number of house shows as well as appearing at live events throughout the summer of 1999. They consequently decided to tweak the presentation of Angle, and when he officially debuted in November of 1999, they decided to present the Olympic gold medalist as a heel moving forward. And number 1, The Undertaker. Now, The Undertaker's debut at the 1990 Survivor Series is the perfect wrestling debut. It presents The Undertaker's mortician character in the right manner, and it indicated to the audience that it needed to take this brand new character and gimmick very seriously. But although the official debut of the Dead Man was truly fantastic, it actually wasn't the first time that Taker wrestled on television. He actually debuted a few days prior on an episode of WWE Superstars in a victory over Mario Mancini. Interestingly, The Undertaker also had a slightly different name, as he would be known as Kane the Undertaker. WWE decided to remove the Kane aspect of his name, and this would obviously be used 7 years later when The Undertaker's demonic half-brother entered the WWE. But there you have it, folks.
Wow. That's what I was wondering when they gonna call him when the Kane the Undertaker. I kept hearing him talking about how he was known as Kane the Undertaker when that came out. So he did that on a Pride show. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, I guess they didn't think a lot of people watched Superstar at the time, so they tried his little debut there. That's interesting. But yeah, other than that, this was good right there. This was an interesting one. Some ones I definitely remember was Kurt Angle. Hearing about the Kurt Angle and I actually remember I actually watched Ciampa Brothers as well too. I think I did watch AJ style in there. I remember the thing with Gargano and Bryan Danielson. Like I said, I think I might have watched it and think about it time. And two, like I said, they actually have that in the game as well too. One I think it was 2K19. I think they put it on. Dean Ambrose, I did not know about that. I heard about it later. MVP, now that's one I did not know about before. Soap Mojo I heard about, and Rue I definitely heard about as well too. But yeah, this was good. So other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.